Hi there, my name's Gregory Narayan, but you can call me Greg, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this blog because it's simple, easy to use, and just plain works. And let me tell you something, this tutorial is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn how to create every one of the features you see right here on my screen and yours, and when we're done, you'll have a finished blog that you can go off and show the entire world. If you're new to WordPress, I should tell you that you'll be in the company of some amazing WordPress brands like Beyonce and The New Yorker and the Tim Ferriss blog, also known as the 4-Hour Workweek. And a cool trick you'll be able to do is just copy down a domain name and paste it into what WordPress theme is that, just like I'm doing right now. And that'll tell you if a website uses WordPress, just like you'll be using WordPress. But if you're anything like me, maybe you're not a celebrity or a famous brand yet, maybe someday soon, and you don't want to get overwhelmed by all the hype on the blogosphere thinking that you have to make too much. So that's why I made this tutorial, to show you how to make something simple, easy to use, that just plain works, so that you can learn WordPress and then sit back and focus on creating your blog's #1 asset, which, you guessed it, is your content. From the moment you wake up, you're going to be super excited about your blog. The first principle is to be excited about every little part of blogging, and I'll show you how to get blog traffic right away in Google Analytics, post real ads to make a living, and the best types of posts to write to launch a blog, so that when the sun sets, your readers will keep coming. The best blogs on the web make it all about the reader. The more you give through your content, the more you get for your content, which is our second principle. Wherever you blog from, a desk or a couch, the desert, the mountains, or the city, know that I'll be here to guide you like I've guided thousands of bloggers. You are not alone. I'm here to give you a blog that lets you do all these things, and it's all about keeping it simple. And now it's your turn. The proof is that if you read the web's best blogs today, like Huffington Post, you find exciting, readable content. But all it is lots of white space, a few cool features, and then just super simple content. Same with Buzzfeed, one of the web's most entertaining blogs. Super simple design, a few cool features that people enjoy. But overall, lots of white space. A couple ads. You got to have a couple ads, which we'll have too. A few cool features, but mainly just content and images. It's really that simple. What people come back for these days to blogs like yours and like HuffPost and Buzzfeed is the content. And then maybe someday, if you create this content, you can make amazing content that's famous and, really popular. But you got to start simple. Along with being simple, this blog will be uber mobile friendly, responsive for all devices, from desktops to notebooks to tablets to phones. That way, everyone from the CEO of your company to the girl or guy who sits across from you in class can enjoy your blog. It will work on all operating systems too, from Mac to Microsoft Windows to Linux, and of course Google and Android. You can build this blog from any computer, and everyone will always be able to access this blog. Also, I've made this into a completely beginner-friendly WordPress tutorial, so you don't need to bring any previous knowledge or computer experience to the table in order to complete this tutorial 100%. All you need to bring is a computer with some internet and the willingness to follow some directions. You also don't need to know any code whatsoever, but by the time we're done here, you will know some code. So how about that? That's pretty cool. And you don't need it. I'm just going to show you some beginner HTML and CSS, how to write it so you can change how the logo looks and change the fonts and the font colors, stuff like that, just to help you out get a little more control over WordPress. But you don't need it. It's just fun to say that you know code. What I'm saying is that anyone from any background or previous skill set can show up here and complete this tutorial 100%. So if this sounds like the tutorial for you, let's go ahead and let's go through a little website tour so you can get to know all the features that we're going to create. After asking hundreds and maybe even thousands of real people like you what new bloggers want on a new blog and doing lots of my own research, I've discovered what people want, and we're going to make all that. That includes categories in the navigation menu, so you can have all your posts on writing in one place, or all your posts on blogging in one specific place, aka a page which lists your posts. People also wanted to have advertisements, so of course we're going to insert Google advertisements, and those are free to create. You just need to get signed up for Google AdSense. We're going to insert a Facebook like box, which can build your amount of fans just in line. They don't need to leave your site to like it. And we're going to have standard social media in the sidebar, and also miniature social media in the header, miniature social media in the footer, and perhaps most importantly, we're going to have social share buttons at the top of the post. So more ways than you can count, really. I guess at least 4 ways that people can share your posts. And that's going to help you build a large following and have an audience that keeps coming back because they're able to keep hearing from you when you share on social media. We're also going to make this cool logo, and just because I made it like this doesn't mean you have to. You can put in images of different animals like an elephant, or an image of like a boat or a helicopter, or some people holding hands. This logo can be whatever you want in whatever font and whatever color you want. And then after we do that, we're going to set up, of course, blog post entries on the home page and pages, which will also be called subpages because they're inside the site. We're also going to set up this get all my latest posts email subscription area. I get the question all the time, how do people sign up and subscribe to my blog so that when I publish a new post, they get notified via email? This, my friends, is the answer. We're going to create a simple blog feed for you that looks beautiful but just operates simply. All someone needs to do is enter in their name and an email right here. This could be your friends or your parents or your new audience, and they click sign up, and then they just need to enter in this CAPTCHA and click complete subscription, and they'll be signed up to your feed, as it's called in WordPress. And all that means is like a daily digest of what you publish. So then if you publish, they'll get an email, and if you don't publish, they won't get an email, that sort of thing. I'm also going to show you some unique features that you see only on the best of blogs, like this mega menu where you can showcase your featured images right through a navigation menu, and of course click them to get to the right post. And we're going to see how to create this popular tab section over here, which will load all your content. Once you start getting comments, they'll load right there. Latest posts, popular posts, and so on. And of course, this entire blog is going to be mobile friendly responsive. So let's scroll to the top and let's drag in the browser tab. All right. So when we drag it in, we can just see that everything will resize perfectly, and that can simulate how your site will look on a smaller desktop or a smaller computer, and then it'll jump to the tablet design. Like that would be how it looks on an iPad. And then as we scroll in, we can see how your website would look on an iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Nokia mobile device, and the smallest of devices as well. Everything looks good so that your audience can read your blog no matter what mobile device or larger device they're on. Alright, and of course we're going to learn a lot more as we move through this tutorial. I'm going to show you how to monetize your blog through Google advertising. So when you put up these ads, you'll automatically start earning from $1 to $20 per click on those. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. And I'm going to show you how to set up affiliate marketing so you can start recommending your theme through a simple link in the footer down here. This is an affiliate link right now because we made it. And when someone clicks that, they'll get taken to the Theme Junkie site where we got our theme from. And if they make a purchase, then you'll earn 50% of the price of the theme. Theme Junkie will send you that money, which is really cool. It's one of the most basic yet efficient and modern ways to monetize a blog. Especially works if people like what they see on your blog, which of course they will. Alright, and then we're also going to make simple pages like a Start Here page where you can give people directions on how to use your blog. All right, so I'm just including directions on how to follow this tutorial right now because that's what we're focused on, is creating a WordPress blog. But this could be whatever content you want and whatever images you want. We're going to learn how to set up a contact page where someone can write you a message and you don't need to include your email if you don't want to. This form would hide that. And a simple about page with some awesome images you've taken. I'll show you how to get images for free and also how to upload them from your smartphone. And finally, this cool contribute page where someone can contribute to your blog. I know a lot of you want to create like music blogs or finance blogs or fitness blogs or self-help blogs where people send you advice, and this is the best way to do that. This is a Google form and we're gonna put it in the website so someone can drop their content in here and click send, and then you'll get that content in a nice spreadsheet that's all managed by Google, really nicely organized and beautiful for your business. All right, so if you're not using that now, I guarantee you're going to want to use it in the future. It's all free and it helps me so much. And then at the very end, we're going to install Google Analytics on your site so that you can track all the traffic that you start getting. All right, so that's the short tour. I think this is going to be fun. Like I said, if you're ready to begin, I'm ready to. Go ahead and grab yourself a coffee or whatever it is you like drinking and get ready to make a WordPress blog ideal for 2017 and beyond. In order to make the blog today, we need 4 simple things that every blogger needs. 1, we need a domain name. 2, we need web hosting. 3, we need our own copy of WordPress. And 4, we need to create our content. And the first 3 are mandatory. Everyone needs a domain name, a hosting plan, and a WordPress copy. But that doesn't mean that all domain names, hostings, and WordPress are created equal. So I've done my research and I've tried out a lot of different domain name registrars and hosting places. And I've found that you can get the cheapest domain name and hosting plan together from a place called HostGator.com, which is what I use for all my clients and blogs where I make a living. And I'll tell you more about them in a minute. It's just called HostGator.com. And they are going to offer us a domain name for $5.99. Which is pretty cool. You'd be hard pressed to find a cheaper domain name from anywhere else. But if you already bought your domain from GoDaddy, I'll show you how to connect it with the hosting we're gonna get. The hosting, as I said, is also from HostGator.com, and the hosting is gonna cost us about $5 per month. And that's the most expensive part of making a WordPress blog. It's really nice that the domain name and the hosting exist at the same place. So if you ever have a question and you want to call up the people that run your domain name, they can also tell you about the hosting or vice versa. There will be no confusion as to where your domain name and your hosting live. Once we have registered our domain name and our hosting together, then we can use HostGator's tool called QuickInstall, which is just the industry standard for installing WordPress without any code. They take care of all the technology stuff for us, and QuickInstall is free. It will just install WordPress onto the domain name and the hosting space really quickly and for free. That's why it's called QuickInstall. Once we've installed WordPress, we can start creating content, and all the content we make, like the images, the blog posts, the logo, that's all going to be for free. However, I'm recommending we use a premium WordPress theme, which is kind of scary at first. So I'll just say that if you want to use a free WordPress theme, there's a lot of good ones, and I can recommend one to you based on the kind of site you're going to make. I just want you to show people who are looking at the site, whether it's your friend or your parents or your significant other or a company, that you're super professional from the start and are competing on the level of celebrities and major WordPress websites. And that's why we're gonna install a premium theme. The premium theme is called Beginner, and it's by the same company I used when I started Dear Blogger and started blogging professionally for a living myself. That company is called Theme Junkie. It's kind of a funny name. I'm not sure why they're junkies, but maybe they're just really into the themes they make and are obsessed with them. And this costs $39 for the theme. All right. So you can use a free theme if you want, and everything else will be free, but I'm recommending a premium theme. And let me know any questions. That means that the total bill today for the hosting and the theme and the domain name and all of that is going to come out to just under $100 to make a blog. And if you think that's a lot of money, you're right. $100 is a ton of money. If I were to have to hand it over to you today, that feels like a lot. But if you divide 100 by 12, you get something a little more like $8 or $9 a month. And there's nothing stopping you on the web from making that $8 back each month, or making $80 or $800 or even $8,000 off of your blog. It obviously takes dedication and work, but I know so many bloggers who make, at least $80 a month, and some of them make thousands. And they all started just by making a WordPress blog, going through the same steps we're doing right now. All right, so I believe in it, and I hope that you do too. Remember, we're doing this for a living together, and that $8 or $9 a month upfront is a pretty small cost compared to the potential and how well we can all do. All right, we'll definitely refer back to our checklist as we build, but now it's time to get started registering our domain and hosting. Open up your Google on your browser, all right? And you can use any browser. I just recommend using Google Chrome. All right, and we can see the theme that we're gonna get right here is just right here called Beginner, but we don't need to get this quite yet. Close that. Okay, so now in your Google browser, just type in hostgator.com/Greg, Greg, and then click enter. So you guys are the first class of beginners that get to use my custom HostGator page we're on now. Congratulations. I made this page for 3 reasons. 1, to make signing up for hosting as easy as possible for you, because I know it can be scary. 2, to make sure you get the right hosting plan for your needs. And we can clearly see here that I'm recommending the Hatchling plan, and I'll explain why I think that's right for your needs in a second. And 3, so that you can get a great price on the hosting. I know that the costs of making a blog or a website can add up, and what you'll see here are the best possible discounts for HostGator. HostGator offers some introductory discounts for normal users, like 20% off, but this will make sure that you get an increased discount on the hosting. If you're anything like me, I know you're probably not swimming in a vault of money when you sign up for hosting, and I just want to make sure that you get a great price and can then, move on and make a blog. What I recommend is, if you're ready to get hosting, you do so quickly, because these are limited time offers. When I signed up for hosting, I got 25% off the HostGator plan, and it's a lot better discount right now. So I recommend you do it, and then don't look back. Start monetizing your blog and make all that money back. Obviously, I host all of my blogs and client websites with HostGator now. If I'm recommending them, of course, I use them. But what most people don't know is that I had a bad experience with another host before HostGator, and I'll tell you that briefly now. I probably shouldn't say the name of that host because they're a big company, but I will say this to you. If you don't know for a fact that your host has things like the 99.9% uptime guarantee, so your blog won't go down, the cPanel, so you don't have to know any code to install WordPress, other features too, like the unmetered disk space, so your blog doesn't slow down when you upload tons of images and when you have lots of traffic, and the tech support, so you have someone to talk to. If you don't have those things and you don't know for a fact that you do, then you could run into problems. This is going to be the home of your hard work, and it's really important that you pick a good home. So that said, let's try out HostGator. I know you'll love it, and it's my job to make you feel at home here as well, just like I do. All we need to do now is decide which package to choose, and the reason Hatchling is the best for your needs, I think, is because you just want to install one single blog and set up one single blog on WordPress. If, however, you want to run your blog and your friend's blog and your school's blog and your company's blog, then you can use the baby plan to host unlimited domains, aka host unlimited WordPress installed blogs. But I think you might just want one blog for now because that's what I wanted when I signed up, and you can always upgrade to baby in the future. We're just not going with business because that's like a really deluxe package that we don't need at the moment. Alright, so once you've chosen between Hatchling and baby, then proceed with me and click the yellow Buy Now button. And it's going to take us to the HostGator order form. So you're doing great. You're in the right place. And what we want to do is register a new domain name right here. So this is where we type in our domain name. If you're using a domain name you already registered at GoDaddy, for example, just click this tab and fill it in. And then, HostGator will connect your site to that domain and you won't have to pay them anything for the domain name. But register a new domain name is how you buy a domain from HostGator, which we want to do. If you're worried about picking the right domain name for your business, don't worry. This is something that you do once, so it's obviously important, and I'll give you some tips so you can pick the best one. All right, so the first thing to remember is that a lot of good domain names are taken. So for example, if you wanted to make a site called GoodSense.com, where you talked about advice on anything really, how to make money or how to live your life better, that's probably not going to be available because those are very common words and keywords. But something like Good Sense Lifestyle likely would be available. And when we click outside, HostGator will search and see that Good Sense Lifestyle is available. All right, so that's just one basic example. The more popular the keywords are, like, make money are popular keywords, and you won't get that domain name without paying thousands of dollars. We don't want to do that. That won't be available. But if you look up something like your name, my full name is Gregory, Narayan, make money, that'll be available. Or if you just wanted to put your first name, you can see that might even be available. So if you just think a few steps ahead of your competition or what's out there, you can definitely get a good domain name. Like, make money with Greg. Something like that would not be available. You can try Gregory, that would be available. And you'll start to see the sort of spectrum of what's been taken and what's available for you today. And we're going to come down now. That was step 1, by the way, choose the domain. Let's also make sure we have the .com checked. We only want the .com for now because it's the most recognizable. You want your domain name to be as simple and as much of a no-brainer as possible for people to find your domain name. Then just come down and in step 2, choose a hosting plan. Make sure that for package type, you've selected Hatchling. And for billing cycle, you can choose whatever you'd like, but I recommend 12 months. And that's just because my very first blog took about 12 months until I was earning good income from it. Quitters never win and winners never quit. Sometimes you need to give yourself time to accomplish your goals. Then write in your username here, which you'll use to log into HostGator with, so make it something good. And a security pin, which you only really need if you get locked out of your account for some reason like that. Next, come down to step 3, enter your billing info. And in this part, it's time to enter in your billing info just like you would any other major online purchase, like at Amazon or eBay or Apple or Uber or wherever you buy things online. Just enter in your billing info and choose credit card or PayPal, and you're all set with this part. After you do that, scroll down to step 4, add additional services. In step 4, we can just uncheck additional services, I don't think you need the hacker protection, the professional email, the backup, or this SSL certificate, but you can always add them later. And for example, I can show you how to set up a professional email and sync it with Gmail, from your website for free. And a lot of these other things can be done for free. You just need to ask. In step 5, you're all set already. You have our big bonus coupon entered, which will make sure you get the biggest possible discount at HostGator. So congratulations on that. I just verified that the coupon is working, so you don't need to do anything other than just click validate right here. And it looks like it's already validated. So we get the discount, which by the way is 50% off your hosting order, and a domain name for $5.99 instead of $15. Like I said before though, this is limited time, so if you're ready, go for it, start the blog. And this will also give me credit for referring you, which helps me keep offering these videos for free for everyone. I really appreciate it if you can use the coupon code BIGBONUS. This is like the single most important way that I get credit and make a living through these videos. Some YouTubers put ads on their videos. I prefer not to. I'd rather hunt down the best possible deals for you guys and then meticulously make a perfect blog. Big thanks to you for watching and making it possible for me to do what I love for a living. And I just hope to help you do the same with our new blogs. All right, now when you come down, I'll run through the total in review order details. You get the 24/7 365 support for free, instant account activation for free, money back guarantee is 45 days. The domain name we're gonna get is just $5.99 for the entire year. That's an annual cost. All right, which I forgot to mention, but you'd be hard pressed to find a better deal than that. And then the hatchling plan is $53.70. The total, all right, when you factor in all that, is the two green numbers make the red number right here. So $5.99 and $53.70 together make $59.69. And the discount in green is just the amount we save. All right, so this $62.71 is the discount on the domain name plus the 50% discount on the hosting. So what you really need to focus on are the two green numbers at the top and then the red number. And if you see $59.69, you know you're all good to go. You can just check this box right here and then click checkout now. And in the next step, we're gonna move to your inbox where HostGator is gonna email us important details to activate our account and to install WordPress. So make sure to scroll up and get your email in there correctly. I've had a few people misspell their email and then they just have to ask customer support at HostGator to send their information to them manually, which is just an additional step I don't want you to have to take. So make sure you have the right email in there and then come down and click checkout now. And we're gonna move to our inboxes. All right, so I'm gonna click checkout now. All right, so you're gonna see a welcome message from HostGator saying, congratulations, welcome to the family, something like that. I don't see that because I'm already a member of the HostGator family, but you're gonna see that. And then it's time to close that window and head over to your inbox and look for an email from sales called hostgator.com, your account info. All right, and if you don't see that, give it a few minutes. Now open it up. All right, and we're all gonna be looking at something like this, except for it'll say your username right here that you registered at HostGator and your domain name right here and a different password and so on and so forth. If you registered your domain name somewhere else, like GoDaddy for example, now it's time to enter in the first name server and the second name server at that registrar. All you would do is go to GoDaddy, click sign in, and then once you're signed in, you can click manage my domains. Your button might look a little different, but you want to get to the domain window and then just click into the domain you want to use. Click the link. Come down and on Nameservers, click manage. And then in this screen, check custom, click edit Nameservers. and write in the name servers that match the HostGator email. So in my case, it's NS119 and NS120, but yours would be unique to your server. All right, and then you click OK, and you have to wait a little bit of time for your domain name to connect with your hosting. In the case of this tutorial, though, we registered the domain and the hosting at HostGator, so you don't need to do that step. What you do need to do to install WordPress is just copy the password from this email. So it's going to be right here in the password line. So just copy that and make sure you don't get any spaces in there. All right, and then remember your username and click on the link that says your control panel. All right, it's going to take you to cPanel where everyone installs WordPress, so welcome. Now just enter in your username that you registered at HostGator, which is the same as the one in this email, and paste in the password, which is the same as the password from your email. All right, and click Login. And now you'll be in the HostGator backend, as it's called, and close any pop-ups. This is also where you can take advantage of the free tools HostGator offers, like the AdWords credit, their email accounts, so on and so forth. But for now, we want to stick to the game plan and come down to where it says QuickInstall in Software and Services, and just click on this clock icon. All right, and this will take you to the #1 WordPress installer. Now scroll down and click on the dark blue box for Install WordPress. And once you do that, you want to make sure we're installing WordPress for free. So it'll say install WordPress for free. We don't want to pay anyone to install WordPress, although a professional web whatever you call them, developer would charge us a lot of money to do this, but we're not going to fall for that. We just want to click install WordPress where it says free. All right, and now it's time to fill out the form and then get started with your install. And this is all for free, of course. All right, so what we want to do is click on the drop down and find your domain name. And it's okay if you only have one. I have way too many domain names. And for now, we're going to make this website on GregoryNarayan.com. Just for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to make it on a domain name that's my name, which is a great idea for your domain name, yourname.com. All right, and then leave this box blank right here. Don't write anything in this box. Come down to admin email and write in your best email, ideally the one that you gave HostGator to. And then write in a blog title, which we can change later on. And an admin user, this is important because the admin user is the WordPress username. So whatever you want as your WordPress username, put it in this box. And then your first name and your last name, and you can change that later. The most important things here are the domain name, leaving this box blank, the admin email, and the admin user. And once you're satisfied with what you've entered in the boxes, just come down and click Install WordPress. All right, and what's happening is QuickInstall is doing all the techie stuff for us, so we don't have to do any coding whatsoever or know how this install really works. It's just gonna happen for us. Okay, and it looks like it's done. When you see the orange bar, it means it's done. And we're gonna close this box. I just get really excited when we install WordPress because this is one of my favorite parts of the tutorial. So we're gonna close that. All right, and we don't want to look at the themes, even though I'm sure they're really beautiful. You could, but we have our own theme picked out already. So what you want to do next is just click on this arrow where it says View Credentials. All right, and you'll get the admin area link to your very own WordPress website and a new, well, not a new username. This is what we used before, but a new password. All right, so what I'm going to do is highlight the password and copy it. And then we can just click on the admin area link right here, just click it, and it'll open our WordPress site in a new window. If it's not working, if your website does not come up and it says page not found or, error or something, it just means that the WordPress files are still settling into place. You need to give it a little more time. and you didn't do anything wrong if you followed the steps. The technical term for what's happening if it's not working is called propagation, all right? And you could Google that, or you can ask me a question too, and I'll be happy to explain it. So let's log into WordPress with our username from the QuickInstall marketplace, the username and the password. All right, paste it in and click the blue login button. But before we do that, I want to click Remember Me to save us a step. And I want to also bookmark this link. All right, so we can see that I'm bookmarking it right now in the upper right corner. And then click Login. And when you ever want to log in, anyways, I'll show you. Let's just log in. All right, welcome to WordPress. This is really cool. What kind of site can we help you set up? Business, personal. So you might see something like this. This is really cool. This is like the new quick install, spiel, and pretty cool. They're clearly trying out some new things, but I'm gonna log out. All right, so I'm gonna go to the upper right, hover, log out. I'm gonna show you how to log in when you get logged out. All right, so your site is your domain name, just GregoryNarayan.com in our case. If we visit it, we'll see a coming soon page, which we're going to change. And to log in, you just go to the end of the .com and put in a /wp-admin. That's how I log into all my WordPress sites. That's how everyone logs in. That's how the username at time.com logs in. Their content manager types in that, and then username, password, boom, login. That's how Jay-Z logs in. So you just write in your domain name /wp-admin. I'm just trying to get you to remember that so you know how to log in, and click enter. WP-admin is the name of the game. And it'll take you to the login screen, and then you type in your username and your password. All right, and notice how we kept the quick install window open, but this will also be emailed to you. So that's pretty cool. All right, so now that we're logged in and we know how to actually log in if we get logged out, I want to change our password because a lot of the times this window gets closed. We close it, whatever, we can't find the password, and we want to have a password we remember. So the first thing I like to do is to click on Users, and then click on our name, and scroll down, click Generate Password, and then just type in a new password that you're going to remember. Click Confirm, and Update. And now you don't have to remember the crazy password. You can also change your admin color scheme depending on what your eyes prefer adjusting to. A lot of people really like coffee, but I just like the default for some reason. All right, and now let's do a quick tour of the dashboard. So if we click on Dashboard, it will get us to where we were before. Welcome to WordPress, and let's just entertain it. I've actually never clicked these buttons because this is a new sort of spiel, like I said. So let's just click, personal. Let's launch your website. Describe and name your website. Okay, next step. Yes, we're gonna have blog posts. And we want the most recent news or updates. It's pretty quick. Wow, this is pretty snappy. Build a starter contact us page. Sure, yes. Connect Jetpack. All right, so at this point, Jetpack's pretty cool. It's a good plugin, but I don't actually want it. So feel free to say no to these offers. Not now. All right, let's launch. Great work. And now I'm just gonna click Customize your site because we actually want that. And good stuff. So once you get to this window right here, just X out. We want to actually be in the dashboard area. I'm going to click on the home icon in the upper left and get to the home page as the whole world will see our site. This is using the 2016 theme by WordPress, by the way. So if we click on our name, it'll go back to the dashboard. And if we click on our name again, it'll go back to the home page. That's just how WordPress works. You click in the upper left to go to the back end and edit, or go to the front end and see what you made. And if you click on the WordPress icon, it'll take you to whatever version of WordPress you're running, along with the video about the software. And this is really good information to read, as you get to be a more prominent member of the WordPress community. Quick side note, at the moment when you're not logged in, or in other words, when one of your visitors comes and sees your blog because they won't be logged in, they're going to see this website coming soon page. We're going to remove this at the end of the tutorial when we're ready to launch the blog, but if you want to get rid of it right away and have everyone see your blog as you're making progress on it, then just easily go to Appearance, Themes, and where it says your site is currently displaying a coming soon page, once you're ready to launch, click here. Just click this click here link and it will automatically get rid of that page. So I totally understand if you want to do that. We're just going to remove the coming soon page at the end of this video when we're ready to launch, just so you know. For now, I want to do some housekeeping and I want to show you what the themes look like in WordPress. So if we ever click on Appearance, it'll take us right to the Themes dashboard. And we can see that we're running 2016. When you're installing this website, you might be running 2017 or 2018, depending on the timing. But 2016 has been one of the most beautiful themes in WordPress history. I have a video on how to design your website with it, and it's totally free. You can avoid the premium theme cost and just use this free theme if you'd like. I know a lot of people have found success like that. So if you'd rather go the free route, just do that. You can always click and see that you're running 2016 because it looks exactly like this. And it's a good theme. It's not an amazing theme, but it's good enough. Let's go back to the dashboard. And because we want to do an amazing job, let's install our premium theme right now. And then let's start building. So let's go back to Appearance. And if you hover on Appearance and click Themes, it's the same as just clicking on Appearance. All right, and now you want to open up the link in the video notes below. Just click Show More, and then click on the link that says Download Theme. All right, and that link is going to take you to Theme Junkie. Just going to navigate there right now. When you click on that link, it's going to take you to click Themes. So Theme Junkie has a lot of really nice themes for beginner WordPressers that want to start off professionally and make money blogging right away. But it's going to take you to this page right here called Themes Beginner. And this is also an affiliate link, so I get a little credit from Theme Junkie for sending you here. I really appreciate it. Again, I've used this theme to my own success and love it 100%. And I really mean that. I think this is one of the best blogging themes for a beginner or for a professional blogger ever in terms of what it does for you and the amount of features it gives your audience. Really cool, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So to actually get our theme onto our new blog, we wanna click the download button right here. Click download. And then it's gonna ask us to select a theme or a package, and we just want the single theme. So click Buy Now. And then you'll be taken to the checkout. All right, and this is really cool if you want to make an e-commerce website. This is a lot of what you see in WordPress, which you can do as well with my tutorials. You can make an e-commerce website. But for now, we just want to buy a theme. So you'd enter in your first name, last name, email, phone, address, and then your information for your address, which Theme Junkie will store securely. Then enter in your credit card or PayPal and proceed to PayPal and buy the theme. Once you buy the theme, Theme Junkie will send you an email saying thank you, and you'll be able to come up and click on My Account, and then you can log in with the login that you set up and click Remember Me, log in, because we're going to be using Theme Junkie in the future. And then all you need to do is click on Downloads and download the beginner theme from this dashboard right here. In my case, I have the lifetime theme package, so I'm going to download the lifetime package, click download, and that's going to let me download every one of Theme Junkie's themes because I'm a lifetime member. So, alright, and then now once you have that, I'm going to open up my themes in Finder. Just going to search my computer. So I'm on a Mac, but you might search your computer differently if you're on a PC. Alright, and I'm going to go to Downloads. However you need to get to your Downloads folder, go there. And then I'm just going to open up the Lifetime folder. You would open up Beginner though. And I'm going to click into WordPress. And what you want to do once you've found the download file is take Beginner and drag it to the desktop. So I'm just dragging it from this folder to the desktop. Good stuff. All right, and then we can try out these other themes later on. Okay, once it's on your desktop, come back to WordPress, and in Appearance Themes, we want to just click on Add New Theme right here. And you can see WordPress comes with thousands of themes you can try out. You can check out the popular ones, and so on and so forth. I really can't stress enough how fun it is to play with free themes, but we're gonna go for the professional look right away and impress people. So what we want to do is click Upload Theme at the top. Upload Theme. And then click Choose File right here. And then we just want to make sure we're on our desktop. And find the beginner theme, and once you've selected it, just click Open. Alright, and then we want to click Install now once we've chosen beginner. Make sure you're doing it to the .zip file. Okay, and on this screen, click Activate. Alright, so once you click Activate, our active theme will now be beginner. We still have 2015, 2014, 2016, and so on in our themes dashboard, and you can add as many themes as you want to this dashboard, but what's important is the active theme. If we click to our home page now, we'll see just how important it is because our website looks totally different and it's starting to look beautiful. Alright, so I could talk about each individual part of our new website right now, but I want to save you time and start building so that you can have something amazing to go and show the world. And the best and fastest way I can think of is just to build from top to bottom, starting with creating a logo and then setting up the email subscription area and then creating new post entries and then doing the sidebar and the footer and so on with a couple other things in between. So that's what we're going to do. And buckle up because I'm going to tell you a lot of, sorry to brag, but really useful expert WordPress tips throughout. Because it's a YouTube video, you can always pause and go through it again, but just follow along and I'll basically help you become a WordPress expert right now. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is create a new logo and replace this text logo as it's called. So let's go to Logo Maker, LOGOMAKR.com, and visit this site. And now click out, and we want to create a new logo. So how do we begin? Well, we need some text to begin. So let's click on the T, and then let's write out our name. You can just start typing. All right, and for any logo, you want the text of the logo to match the domain name exactly, whatever's inside here before the .com. So if your site is called Good Sense, then you want the logo to say Good Sense. It's tempting to say something else, but it confuses people, and you want people to know what your site is. If you go to apple.com, it's gonna say Apple, that sort of thing. If you go to google.com, it's gonna say Google, not Google search. It's just gonna say Google. All right, so Gregory Narayan is what we want. If we click away, it will deselect the text, and if we click on the text, we can select it and then drag it around. All right, so the first thing I want to know is what font to make. Well, if I go back to the site, I can tell that there's a font here already. I just don't know what it is. And we can tell there's a font going on in the different headers that are in the sidebar. for example. All right, so let's just check out what the font is on our logo right now. If you highlight it like this and right click, we'll get the inspect tool. You can inspect it, and if you're in a different browser than Chrome, this might look a little different, but either way, you're gonna get the inspect tool. And on the right, we can come down and see the font family. And I found it in the lower right, and it's called Droid Sans. All right, so if it's looking different on your computer, that's fine, but that's how I found the font, by right-clicking and hitting inspect, and then scrolling down to where it says font family, Droid Sans. All right, and I can uncheck and check the box to see that it's working on our text logo. So close that, and now back in Logo Maker, I'm gonna click on the text, and from the font family dropdown, we can select Droid Sans. So our logo will mesh with the rest of our site. Pretty cool. All right, now I want to just reposition the text, and I want to make it a little bigger, so we can drag to resize it. All right, something like around this sort of size would be good. I think it'll tell you the size in the upper right corner. So if we make it even bigger or smaller, and I'm just gonna go with a width of 800. You can see it right by my mouse increasing, so that all of ours are on the same width. 800 pixels, 112 height pixels, right there. Boom. All right, once we do that, I wanna change the color of this. And I'm actually gonna go back and hit inspect again, and we can find the color, this red that's going on in the theme. I want to emulate that. And all I need to do is hit inspect and scroll down again, and it'll say the color, which is right here. You can see in the lower right. What I want to do is copy that region. Starts with a pound sign, and then it's 6 different letters and numbers. I copy that and come back to Logo Maker, and then I'm just gonna paste it in the color wheel down here. So where it says, whatever it says for this blue, I'm gonna right click, paste, and it will change to the right red. So that's how you change the color of a logo. Pretty cool. All right, so now we've basically copied the text logo from WordPress that it generated for us, but we've put it into a canvas so you can add images to it, which we're gonna do right now. So just bring your mouse up to where it says search graphics and look for birds, because I want a cool looking bird in our logo. All right, nature is definitely a theme of our blog. We wanna emulate good things and the sorts of images we're including. So let's come down, let's choose a cool looking bird. All right, to select an icon, just click it once and it will come into our canvas. Then you can drag to reposition and make sure that it's the right size by dragging to resize. And you could of course pick any bird or any animal you like. I just like this particular bird. All right, there we go. Next, I want to look up a palm tree. And you can see you can go pretty crazy with your logos if you want. I recommend making this logo totally you to fit your brand. So I'm going to click on this palm tree and bring it over here. We can see there's really no limit to the creative elements in your logo. If you want to take an image and put it behind the text, just right click and click send back. All right, so that way you can have your text ahead of your logo. Pretty cool. All right, and then we might need one more graphic. So let's go with a star. All right, everyone likes a good star. And for this star, I'm gonna go with this one right here. I think it's really simple and beautiful. Bring it over to the left, and I'm gonna make this yellow like the sun. To change the color of our particular image, just click on the right. As long as your icon's highlighted, it will inherit the right color, and you can make it exactly the right color as we see right here. All right, I think that's perfect. So let's make it a little smaller. Let's put it right there, and I'm gonna right click, send to front, so we can make sure it's on top of our logo. And then once you're happy with your logo, you can just click the crop button right here in the lower right. Click crop. Logo Maker will guess the right size. If they get it wrong, you can pull it in a little more, and then click on the floppy disk to save it. And it's gonna download to our computer. At this point, you wanna open up your Finder again and click Downloads like we did for the theme. But this time we wanna just click on the logo and click the name to rename it. So I'm gonna call it Gregory Narayan Logo, version 1. That way we can find it in the future if you decide to go with a different logo or use this in a different time. And now we wanna keep this window open and click here to copy credits. Click here to copy. Now let's go back to our site and close this little inspector. And I'm going to show you how to create our first page just out of necessity. In the upper navigation, hover on New and click Page. And I'm just going to call this page in the Enter Title Here bar, Credits. Everyone needs a credits page so that you can give credit to the tools we use to make our website. So in this case, click on the Text tab and then paste in the credits from Logo Maker so we know that we're okay in terms of copyright. If you need to copy that again, you can click here to copy and then paste it in. If you go to the visual, it will render the text including the links, and if you go to the Text tab, you can see the text and the links which render into their little HTML form. Alright, so I hope you follow. I think that's pretty simple. And let's just publish our credits page so we have it live somewhere. Alright, now let's go look at our site, and nothing much has changed, so let's put our new logo up. Let's click Customize, which is where we're going to do the bulk of our editing. And then in Customize, click Header, click Logo, and click in Regular Logo, select File. And now select Files. And we want to be in our Downloads. Sorry if it looks different on a PC, I apologize for that. Alright, and we can select our logo, and I'm going to double click it. WordPress will upload it quickly, and we just need to click Choose File. And then right away, WordPress will understand that we have a new logo, and it'll insert it onto the website. And all you need to do is click Save and Publish, and you're good to go. The last thing we need to do to make our logo look perfect is check it out on the home page and then possibly size it down a little bit. So I'll show you how to do that. You can click X out of the Customize window, and then we'll be on the home page. And we can click our logo and it'll refresh the page. We can click it again and refresh. We can see that it's a little bit large. So to resize it, I'm going to show you how to resize it down. Click over to the dashboard, and now let's click on Plugins, and we're gonna add our first plugin out of necessity. Alright, that's how things kind of work. You just do them as they're needed. And this one is actually recommended. It says the theme recommends, blah blah blah. We want to click on TJ Custom CSS. So just click on that one, click Install Now, and it'll come into our site. Alright, maybe it won't, so let's click it again. It says latest version installed. Alright, so at some point it came in. Where was it? Let's click plugins to refresh the page. Alright, and there it is at the bottom. TJ Custom CSS. Just click activate. Alright, and now that we've activated this plugin, we can use it. Follow me to Appearance and click Custom CSS. And like I said, I'm going to show you some pretty cool expert-like WordPress things so that you can learn how to use WordPress quickly and, just become really good at it. So what I want you to write with me in this area is just some basic CSS. And you might not have thought you'd leave this tutorial knowing CSS because you didn't need to know any when you showed up here, but I'm going to teach you some, and you're going to be able to tell people that you know code. So I think that's pretty cool. I wish someone had taught me code when I started out, So I want you to write with me a period, which is the first thing we need to write for most types of CSS. And then write site, S-I-T-E, dash header, which is a certain part of the site. It's the site header that's going to reference that part of the site. And then we're going to write in hashtag logo. So what this is doing is saying we're in the site header, and within the site header, we're in the logo. And within the logo, we want to be in the image area. So what this is doing is like narrowing in our little magnifying glass to the right part of the site. And once you've written out this much, do an open bracket, and we're going to start writing out some CSS. Click enter and write in max width, which is just one of the thousands of CSS commands. Write in a colon, and now we need to declare a max width of 85%. All right, and you can do something like 75%. I just like 85%. Write in a semicolon to close it, and then a closing bracket. And once you've written in this much, you'll have working CSS. It will not work if you leave out the pound sign or something. So make sure it looks exactly as it does on my screen. And what this is going to do is make our logo smaller. That's just what this particular line of CSS will do. All right, so click save to save this style sheet, as it's called. And now you just jump from a beginner WordPresser to at least an intermediate WordPresser, because when we refresh the site, we can see that our logo actually is smaller and it's more clear, which is really cool. You just wrote a line of CSS that controls the website and actually made a change in the code. And we can even make it smaller. We could go with something like 75% and save. And when we refresh, pretty cool. Our logo is going to fit the space even better. And we can see that 75% is the right number because our logo looks perfect. Great job. I really can't say great job enough. And the rest of this tutorial is all downhill from there because we just created the most difficult part, which is the logo and that little bit of CSS. So tremendous job. Next, we want to set up this download your free ebook area, and we're going to change all the text and then set it up so that people can enter in their name and email and just subscribe to your basic new post, just so that when you write a new post and publish it, someone will get an email if they want, and your family or your friends can keep up with your blog. To set this up, we need to click customize. And then when we get to customize, we want to click on general, and then we want to click on newsletter. That's where this section lives. And in newsletter, we can start changing up this particular area. Like instead of download your free ebook, I want to say get all my latest posts, just like that. And it'll update right away because we're in the live updating window here, also known as customize. Now we're going to give it a new title saying this is where my feed lives. Feed is just a blogging term for the content you produce. Everyone produces a feed when they make new content. And the word feed just means that people are going to eat it up. All right, so for the description, you could keep that. That's pretty good. But I want to say subscribe to my newsletter to get all my posts and some special ones in your inbox, just like that. All right, and you can see that'll update perfectly. Now is the important part. We want to make sure newsletter type is Feedburner, and you need to write in your own Feedburner ID right here, but you probably don't have a Feedburner ID, so let's make one. Just visit feedburner.com, which is a Google product, so you know it's good. It's going to ask you to sign in. So we'll sign in to our Google account, and then we can see that I have some Feedburner accounts already. And in fact, I already have one for Gregory Narayan. But what you want to do is create a new one. So just where it says burn a feed right this instant, type your blog or feed address here. All you need to do is open up the blog on a new page like this. Click in the URL area and then copy your domain name and you need to paste that in this bar right here. All right, and then just click next. So what this is doing is it's saying it's already existing for me. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you how to set up the feed for a different site I own, which is made2blog.com. All right, and let's click next. And then when you get this screen, you're gonna get this screen right here. You're gonna say the feed URL you entered is your domain name, and make sure the top one's checked, not the bottom one. Just made2blog.com/feed. Click next. All right, and then on this page, it's gonna say, welcome, let us burn a feed for you. That's great. The original blogger feed address you entered has been verified. Also great. Here's what happens next. They'll apply some of the most popular services. Great. A new feed will be activated in your Feedburner account. Great. And we can set up the traffic stats later. It's all great. All right, so your feed address might be just your blog title, or it might have some of these extra symbols if Feedburner deems it necessary. Whatever you have in these two bars, just don't change them because Feedburner can be kind of feisty. It's a little bit feisty in its old age, but it works great. And then click next. It says, congrats, your Feedburner feed is now live. Want to dress up it a little? All right, so we're gonna click next because we're gonna go along with it. Say, okay, that's great. We're gonna also track click-throughs and item disclosures, downloads, and click next. And great, we got the green bar, successfully updated the feed made to blog or whatever your feed is. So to make it start working with WordPress so people can get your posts via email, you wanna click publicize, then click email subscriptions, and you wanna activate this service. Just click activate in this little red bar. All right, very nice. Now the next step and the last step here on this page, just to make sure it's working, although you can do all these other steps to dress it up, is just to find your Feedburner ID. So let's click edit feed details. Now all you need to do is just copy what's in this third box right here where it says feed address. It might just be your blog title and it might be a few extra letters if Feedburner deemed it necessary. Just copy that. All right, and come back and paste it over where it says theme Junkie, and then save and publish. All right, and now on your website, we can refresh it. Pretty cool. Let's go back to customize. I'm not sure why that. And then make sure that newsletter type Feedburner is still checked. Save and publish. Now when we close out of customize and go to the site, your get my latest post section will be working. All someone needs to do is write in their name and an email. This is just my main blog email. And then once your new subscriber clicks sign up, they'll get this Feedburner email subscription. They just need to type in the CAPTCHA and hope they can read it. Again, this has all been happening for years with feeds, and this is how people get your new blog content in the simplest form. They just click complete subscription request, and email subscription request has been accepted. All right, so now whenever you write a new post, it'll send them an email. If you don't write a new post, it won't send someone an email. It's that simple, but people can stay up to date with your blog. Close window. All right, you're doing great. We've done the two most difficult parts of this how to make a WordPress blog tutorial. Now let's just take it easy and let's create some new post entries and have fun with it. Now we're gonna start filling the blog with blog posts that you write. And in the process, I'm gonna show you 3 different types of blog posts that your blog should have before you launch it to the world. You only get one first impression, so it's really important to make a good one. And yes, you can just write whatever you want as long as you have these 3 types of posts in some form or another. And the first one is a welcome to the blog post. To create a new post, come up to the upper nav and hover on new and click post. All right, and we're gonna call this welcome to my blog with the capitalization. And at this point, you want to write something a little bit clever. In my case, I'm just going to write, feel free to look around. Let's capitalize the 2. So you want it to be welcome to my blog or welcome to the blog, and then something clever after this point, just to show that you're not just saying welcome, but you're starting off with, a little bit of interesting vibes. Literally anything will do, but you have to understand that people read lots and lots of blogs every day. You want yours to be remembered right away as something different. My welcome to the blog post for the Dear Blogger blog was something like this. I'll find it. Welcome to Dear Blogger in a British accent, I called it. And then I just explained how when I'm writing, sometimes I hear myself writing in a British accent. Just a short story. Worked pretty well. I got 23 likes and 10 Google Pluses on it and 18,000 visits. So that was pretty good. You can copy this if you want, but just something interesting. And this led me to write a post that got me 2 million visits. So I was doing something right, and I think it just had to do with the fact that I was taking a risk and talking about what was true to my heart in the moment. All right, so that's what you should do. You should be true to your heart in the moment with your welcome to the blog post. And I'm going to show you how to write an introductory paragraph right now, although you probably know how to do that already as a writer. I'm going to write, first off, a few words about other guides and books you've been reading. Forget about them. I love that one because you're like a few words about it, and then you literally just write a few words, which is 3 words. Forget about them. All right, chances are, if I could type, they contain too much fluff and haven't gotten you, I love that word, fluff, to where you want to be in life. All right, and then after that, you can write whatever you want. I just like that little intro blurb. Kind of piques people's interest. To get some dummy text, I'm going to go to panipsum.com. I'm going to choose some text that goes with coffee because I love coffee, but we could choose any text, generate ipsum, and then I'm just going to get, one of these that looks good. All right, that one looks good. All right, because I just need some dummy text. I'm not going to write a whole blog post here. That's up to you. But I'm just going to show you what it will look like to write a blog post. All right, once that's done, we're going to have a title and a permalink right here, which is the link you'd share to your blog. We can see it's a little bit too complex now with the index and the date. And we have the blog post. On the right, you can choose the format, and we want standard for now, but you can choose the other ones if you want to try them. And then in category, I'm going to add a new category and write in updates. That's a great category for any blog to have so people can stay up to date. Now it's time to set an image for this blog post. So let's set featured image and upload files and select files. So at this point, I'm going to upload the first image to our blog aside from our logo. And it's just called Girl Forest. Double click. And set featured image. And now our post is ready with the category and the featured image. So publish. And once you do that, you can refresh the site and it will show up on the homepage with the image filling up the space perfectly and the text. All right, so this is starting to look more like a real blog. But let's say that you wanted to control exactly what text shows up right here and not have this ... How do you do that? Well, we can click into the post. We can see this is everything we just wrote. And we can edit post. And now we want to make use of the excerpt field. So where is excerpt? Well, if we click screen options, we can check excerpt. Close screen options, and now we can drag excerpt up to the upper right where I like having it. And so in excerpt, you can just copy in like the exact text you wrote, copy it, paste it into the excerpt bar, and then update it. And now when you look at the home page, WordPress will understand to just put that text in and follow it with the ... like that. So that's pretty cool. You can control exactly the text that shows up to represent a specific post. And of course, as you get more and more comments, they'll show up in this comment counter. And also, if we open the blog post, we get the nice social share buttons already. So those come built in automatically. We don't even have to create them. All right. So the next type of post that our blog needs is something controversial, something to disrupt your niche and give people a different way of viewing things. All right, so let's actually clear up some space in the header and give ourselves just the blog tab so we can only focus on the blog. And now back to the dashboard, and we can also write a post by clicking posts and seeing what we've written and clicking add new from this screen. So that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna click add new. And sometimes you might want to start writing the title first. Sometimes you might want to write the content. In this case, I want the featured image. I just want to set the featured image first because the image is going to be the central focus point of the post. So I'm going to click upload, select again. I want to grab the guitar peaceful post and double click it. All right, good stuff. So let's set featured image. Good stuff. And now I'm going to write in our title that's inspired by that image. Our title is Relax. The perfect blog topic is right at your fingertips. All right, so this post is just going to say, like, you know, you have the perfect blog post and it's actually right at your fingertips. You know, you don't need to hunt for it. It's right there under your nose. All right, so let's start writing. Let's say the perfect blog post is closer than you think. To find it, put yourself at the intersection of your greatest talents and the world's greatest needs. There you will find. All right, so you get the picture. Creating a post is really easy. I'm here in the text tab for the post, which looks a little bit different than the visual tab. So text is just the plain text, and visual is the WordPress editor. It's the famous WordPress editor, which looks a lot like Microsoft Word. All right, so in the visual editor, you can make a whole section bold, or you can section off a part of it and do weird things to it like italics, or you can make it a quote by clicking the quote and I'll make it a big quote like that. Or you can insert links, like if you want Burrow to link to Google, you can click the chain icon and write in the link to Google and click apply, and you'll have a link like that, and it'll come up in whatever color your theme wants it to come up in. In our case, it's red. So that's pretty cool. And we can also make headers like, you know, next section, and select the header, and from paragraph choose the heading, and it'll just make a nice header. All right, so the last thing I want to show you here is colors. You can also select a word or a section and click text color from the drop down and select a different color. All right, so this gives you a lot of options to make your text look good, and when you're ready, make sure to grab the excerpt again and paste it in there. All right, and publish. And obviously you would want this post to look different because right now it looks random and, you know, kind of crazy, but now you know how to use the post editor a little bit more. We can give it a different category. This one's going to have a category of blogging, add new category, and a category of writing, add new category, and not uncategorized, which we actually cannot delete. So now we need to update the post because we added a category. All right, let's go back to the blog where we have 2 posts made. That's really cool. If you want one post to stay at the top of the blog, like the welcome post is a good example, just open it up, click edit post, and on the right hand side, you're gonna get the publish area. Where it says visibility, just click edit, and then in public, check stick this post to the front page. Click OK and click update. And now when you view the home page, that post will be right at the top. Perfect. The third blog post we want to write is a simple list post, a list of whatever you want to talk about within your niche. So if you're a finance blog, you could make a list of the best credit cards. If you're a travel blog, you could make a list of the best hotels in Ireland. You want a list that people are going to be looking for in Google. In other words, your list should satisfy a popular need that people are looking for. You know, if people are looking for something, you want to provide them the solution on your blog to get more people to your blog and to get more traffic. In the case of Dear Blogger again, I made a list of the best places to blog. And you can get there by clicking Start a Blog. And anyone who looks up the best places to start a blog generally finds this post. That's why it has so many social statistics on it. So if I look up best places to blog, normally Google gives me the post, and that's what you want. You want to be at the top of Google to get more traffic. A good way to do it is having a list post, and so we're gonna create one right now. All right, let's just get some more pan ipsum, and let's come back to the blog. On new, we can get there this way now, the quick way. Go to new post, and let's create our list post. All right, and because we're just creating this post for the sake of a fun tutorial, we're not limited or anything or held back, let's just create a list post on the best hotels in Ireland. Let's call it You're Going to Love It. All right, so this post is going to feature the best hotels in Ireland. I actually just visited Ireland, so I know that there's some really good ones. In Galway, there's the Juris in Dublin, there's the Morgan in Ballybunion, there's the 19th Lodge. Okay, so I told them I would, recommend them, and there you go. But what we want to do is really introduce this topic. I want to start with a paragraph that's brief, but it lets people know that they're in the right place. So I'm gonna write literally just that. If you're looking for the best hotels in Ireland, welcome. You're in the right place. All right, so you get the picture. You want a short, quick intro to tell people they're in the right place. This is also good because it includes keywords like best hotels in Ireland, best visit to Ireland, stuff like that. And I'm going to show you how to optimize the keywords once we install a new plugin. We're just not going to do that quite yet. So at the time being, let's just fill our post and let's get it published. And because it's a list post, it could be even longer. And what you can do with the items in your list is put them in a bulleted or a numbered list, which are these buttons right here on our toolbar. So I like numbered. Numbered's always good. Just put it down like this with the no space right here, that's fine. And let's enter in our little excerpt. Perfect. We need a featured image. So let's set featured image and upload file, select. And hopefully I can find an image from Ireland. That'd be kind of sad if I couldn't. All right, so maybe go for the name. And I'm just gonna go with one called Rolling Greens. I really like that one. All right, but sometimes it's also good to include people photos. So I'm actually gonna upload a new one. And I'm gonna go with Bunyan's Best, which is a picture of me and Michelle. The reason I'm going with so many people photos is because on a new blog, you want it to feel popular and busy at first. And one simple trick that bloggers use to make a new blog feel popular is to show pictures of people. It just gives the aura that people are there already, having fun. It really works. So let's set featured image and publish. Good stuff. Now when we look at our homepage, we can see we have 3 amazing posts with beautiful featured images and perfect little excerpt descriptions saying exactly what we want to say. And our site is ready for our audience. Almost. We need to still edit our sidebar. Alright, great job so far. To start adding content to our sidebar, we can just click Customize. And then once you're in Customize, just click on Widgets. That's what these little things in the sidebar are called, little widgets. And to get to the sidebar, let's click Primary Sidebar. And now we can start editing. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is add a widget. I want to add the social icons. So just click Social Icons, which comes with the Beginner Premium theme. And in this section, I'm going to title it something different. Join us on social media is what we're going to call that one. Alright, and then you just have to write in your different URLs. And if you're a long-term blogger like me, you'll get pretty good at writing in URLs from scratch. There's the Dear Blogger fan page. And you really should go there to get more blogging advice and to connect with people like you who are building blogs and hear real advice and not nonsense. Then there's the Twitter. For Google Plus, I can never remember it, so I can just Google, Google Plus, and then click Profile, and then we can copy our Google Plus URL. Pretty simple. And then paste it in. Alright, and then you might want a LinkedIn also. I don't even know if I have a LinkedIn anymore, but those are back in the days when I wanted to get a real job, and I thought that was the way to go. Alright, so I'm just going to paste in a LinkedIn homepage and then an Instagram too, just in case any of you want to, rep your Instagram. I don't use that one as much as I should at all, but I hear that's good for attracting a blog audience. Paste in Instagram, save and publish, and you're good to go. So where is the social icons? Well, we need to drag it up top and then it'll show up right there. Pretty cool. All right. So what else do we want in our sidebar? Well, I want a Facebook like box too for us, so people can just click like when they're reading our content, and they'll automatically give us another like on Facebook, another, +1. So let's click Add Widget, and let's grab the Facebook like box, which the theme also comes with. Now we just need to call this something like Become a Fan, and enter in the URL again. I believe in, a couple, iterations of your Facebook, because sometimes you don't know how people are going to interact with it, whether they'll like the button or the like button or what. Just change the width to 300 so it fits. And I'm also going to select Show Stream so people can read our content. And then close it and drag it up. And you'll have a nice Facebook box right there. Save and publish. And let's go check out what we're making right now. Go to the blog. We can see that we have the social media and the Facebook box. But I don't like how the Facebook box is a little too thin. So let's make it a little wider. Let's go back to Customize. And make that 300. I don't know how that changed. Sometimes WordPress plays tricks on you. I don't know why. That's all I can say though. Refresh and we'll have the right width. Alright, so our sidebar also needs some featured tabs, which will let people just click on our new posts, comments, or tags. And to get that, we want to add a widget and choose the tabs. This is a very theme junkie-esque feeling little widget. All you need to do is just create it and then close it and move it up, and you'll get these cool little clickable tabs. Save and publish, refresh, and now people can instantly check out your popular content, your latest content, or your comments and your tags right away, just from this window right here. Pretty nice. Love that feature. All right, in order to clean up the sidebar a little bit, we're gonna have to delete widgets. To delete widgets, just open them and click remove. Just open and remove, and you get the picture. All right, and if you want to keep any of these, that's fine. Like recent posts is a pretty standard one to keep. All right, and then save and publish once you're happy with the organization. We'll click refresh, and our sidebar is done for the moment. Although there's one thing missing, and that's a Google advertisement. To add a Google advertisement to our sidebar, you need to first sign up for Adsense, and after that, it's really easy. You can put the ad on your site, and depending on what you blog about, you'll earn anywhere from $1 to about $20 from the click. If you blog about something like finance or credit cards, or an industry where people are more likely to spend money after they click on the ad, then those advertisers will pay you more per click than if you blogged about, video game reviews or something, or, guitar lessons, which I think would still keep you in like the $1 to $10 range for ad clicks. Correct me if I'm wrong, but depending on what you write about, you're gonna make more or less based on your ads, and that's just the way it is. You have to write about what you love. So let's get an ad and put it on the blog. Visit Adsense, and then when you click on the first link in Google, which is the Adsense start link, it will tell you exactly how to sign up. You just click sign up now. It's completely free. 2 million people, have chosen Adsense. It's a beautiful software. You just click sign up, and you tell them a little bit about your site. And if you have a WordPress blog with your own hosting, you're more than halfway there to getting signed up. They'll accept you. You might need to have a few more posts up so that you have enough content and they know you're not just gonna make a fake website. But that should be it, and then you can go through these steps to create a free account with Adsense. You're gonna love it, and I'll show you my account right now to prove to you that it's real. All right, so in Adsense, we can see that today I've made $5. Yesterday was a little bit better. And then the most recent payment for the month of, August to September was $543. Right away, that covers the cost of a premium theme, hosting, domain, and then some. It covers trips to Starbucks, covers road trips, and so on. So having Adsense, and I don't even optimize this that much, having Adsense running is such a good way to bring money into your blog. Money you need for all the time you spend on it, and you need to grow your blog. So that's my spiel. Set up Adsense right away. To insert an ad, once you set it up, you just need to go to My Ads. And we can see I've already created some little ad types, but I'll make a new one just in case you want to know how to do that, which you probably do. Just click New Ad Unit. Then you need to name your ad unit and choose the ad size that suits your website. And it takes a few moments for the ad to start showing up, so I'm just gonna get an existing ad from My Ads. So to put the ad on the site, it's really easy once you've created it. You just need to click Get Code, and the ad code will be generated. Make sure it says asynchronous here, which just means that when it loads on your blog, it won't get in the way of other features on your blog. So let's just click once to highlight and copy it. And you close that window, you can come back to the blog. We see we don't have an ad now, but if we go to Customize, click Add Widget, you have two options in Beginner. You can click Advertisement or Text. So I'll do both of them. Click Advertisement and then paste in the ad code. All right, pretty cool. We can just save it. then refresh. And now we have our first ad from Google. The problem is it's a little bit too big for this section, so you can always grab a different ad that you've created. This one's a little smaller at 300 by 250 instead of 336 by 280. Get code, highlight, copy, and paste that in instead. Alright, and then refresh. And then we come down and we see that that ad fits a lot better. And it's an ad for the 2017 Grand Cherokee. Go figure. I guess Google thinks that that would get clicks on our site, and that's really their goal, to help us get clicks. So, pretty cool. Custom ad. You now know how to insert an ad, assuming you can get yourself signed up to Adsense. And you can also insert an ad by clicking on Add Widget and just text. Alright, you can just paste that ad in the text area. We can call this, another ad. Save and publish, refresh, and we come down and we have another ad. So it's easy to add multiple ads, and you can also add the same ad code twice. Google prefers more ads on your blog. Alright, so the next step as we create the blog is to add pages. Any blog needs a few basic pages, like an about page and a contact page, so that people can use the blog effectively. So let's go to New Page using the upper navigation menu. New Page. Good stuff. And now let's just create a page called About. Great stuff. In the template area, we can see there's a few different templates, but for now, default template is good enough. And I'm just going to publish this page as is. Just publish. And now let's click Add New again, and let's create a page called Contact, and publish, and Add New again, and let's create a page called Start Here, and click Publish. The famous blog ProBlogger.net takes advantage of a Start Here page, which shows people the best content on the blog and exactly what to do so that they can interact with the blog, and the blog owners can show people the best stuff. It's sort of like a guide to your blog. So if ProBlogger does it, we want to do it. We want to emulate ProBlogger. And this stuff is obviously really cool and advanced, but at the same time, it's just a WordPress blog that we're making too. So a little bit of inspiration. Gotta love ProBlogger. All right, and then now we can just check out the homepage. We've made 3 more pages, but we don't see anything. To add a menu to the blog so that we can see the pages that we just made, we need to go up to the dashboard, and you can hover and click Menus. Or you can go to Appearance, Menus, same thing. Now we need to give a menu a name, so let's just say Primary Menu, and click Create Menu. And this is going to be our Pages menu. So from the Pages, we can click Select All, but deselect the sample page. No one wants to see that. And we're going to deselect the credits page for the moment. Alright, and then click Add to Menu, and those tabs will come in, and you can drag them if you want. For some reason we have 2 contact pages, so let's delete this fake looking one. And make sure to choose the primary location on the theme and click Save Menu. Alright, and now let's refresh and look at the site. And we can see that we have a menu up top in the primary location. That's very nice. But what we really want is a home link. Alright, and if we want the home link up top, we could put it in the primary navigation. But I want the home link like somewhere around here, right by the capital G. So how do we do that? Well, we can create a menu in the secondary location. So let's do that. Let's click Create a New Menu. and give this menu name secondary menu. And click create menu. And this menu is going to include a custom link to the home page. So for that one, we can just copy, your domain name and paste it over this HTTP area. Just paste that in so there's not two HTTPs. And now for link text, you want to write home and click add to menu. And that's how you get a home link. That's how most people add the home link. It's just a custom link. Pretty cool. Make sure to select secondary navigation and save menu. And now it's still working. Now when we refresh the site, we get the home link, and it comes with an icon too because Theme Junkie is beautiful. All right, and now we're gonna actually give the home button a few friends. And after looking on the web and looking at some other blogs, like for example, Buzzfeed is one of the hottest blogs at the moment, I noticed that in their menu, they chose categories. So like really broad parts of the site, like all the videos or all the quizzes. Pretty cool, stuff like that. And they also have a drop down, which is like way more categories, like travel. All right. And if you look at, Time, another WordPress website, they have this menu and then it's just categories. So they really showcase their categories: ideas, sports, parents. And what we want to do is put forth our categories so people can choose what to read. So let's click categories, select all except for uncategorized, and add to menu. All right, and it's in the secondary location. Save menu, and I think it's going to make them all capitalized so we don't have to. And refresh the site, and it did. We now have our categories here. And of course, as you start writing about other things like, productivity or self-help or fitness or nature, you can put those in the category menu too, just so long as they don't go, too close to the search bar over here. Just fill them in this white space and you'll be good to go. All right, I'm just gonna put the updates one at the end, save, refresh, and we now have a beautiful menu. And when someone clicks on the category items in the menu, they'll get the posts that are assigned to that specific category and that specific page. So writing, has this post, updates has a different post, and so on and so forth. And when you have more posts, those will just fill themselves in here when you assign a category. So to put a post on a different page, we would just need to find the post on our home page, like this one right here, which is our list post. We can see we left it uncategorized and we need to change that. You just go to edit and remove uncategorized, and so here's the site, and we have the blogging and writing pages as options. If we want this post on the writing page, we just need to select the writing category and update it. And now when we click writing, we'll get this post because it's categorized in writing. All posts in writing. All right, so that's how you do that. All right, so the next order of business as you build a blog is to add social media icons to the header so that even your earliest visitors can just click in that prominent location and can join your social media outlets. So let's simplify things again and go to customize. This time we want to back out of customize and click on general, social, and then you can just fill in those social media links right here as well. If you'd like, you can just copy them from the sidebar widget. All you need to do is right click, copy link address, and then right click, paste. And then right click, paste, save you a little time. So that part's really easy. And the beginner theme lets you display social media buttons in a lot of beautiful ways as you create a blog. get the picture. And now there's no reason, once you hit save and publish, why people shouldn't join you on social media and why you shouldn't be able to build a huge, hopefully someday viral following. Alright, so at this point I see two options for you. You can leave these nice pages we made blank and go about writing more blog posts, and people will find the pages eventually and wonder why they're blank on your blog. Or you can fill them in quickly with at least some pretty images and some text describing you. So let's go with the second option. I think that'll suit you best. And it's finally time for me to tell you where I'm getting these awesome images. And well, this one I took on my iPhone, but they're from Pixabay. So if you go to pixabay.com, you can get free images, and they're all really high quality and cool. You just do a search for something like beach. I'll give you the keywords. You can even search like beach sports, a couple keywords, and you'll get a mixture. And then when you click on the image, that looks like a cool golf course. Oof. It'll tell you where it's from. You can click on more keywords and get even more images. And you know, the rabbit hole is pretty deep. Once you find what you want, just click free download, choose the size, and click download. And you'll have that nice free image. You just need to rename it on your computer and then upload it to the blog. Alright, so for example, to use this image we just downloaded, and I also recommend donating to Pixabay by clicking buy us a cup of coffee. That's really nice too. So we want to use this image we just downloaded now of the pier, harbor, and all that. And we can just go to the blog and click on the about page, which needs some content, and then click edit page. And on the page, we can be in the visual tab or the text tab. Either one works for uploading images. You just get to see the image if you're in the visual tab. Click add media and click upload, select files, and then on the downloads folder, we're going to see, if we sort by date modified, the pier we just downloaded. So let's rename it. Let's call this Endless Piers, California. Enter, and then it'll automatically update, and we can choose that one. And this pier photo will upload to the blog. We just need to choose the size, like large is definitely reasonable, and click insert in the page. If you want, you can also align an image to the left, center, right, or none, and choose if there's a link. So if we choose link to attachment page, and we click insert, I'll show you what happens. We just update it, and view page, and now the image fills the space because the space is less than 700 pixels, the width of the image. And if you click the image, you get the image file itself. If we go back, we can edit the page, and we can click on the image and click edit, and I don't want it to be clickable, so let's select a link to none. Alright, and that will remove the clickable nature of the image. And click update. Alright, if instead you want to get images from your phone, just plug your phone into the computer, and I'll show you how to do that. I'm just going to plug it in right now. I'm using the iPhone 6, plugging it in, and we can see that right away Photos opens. So what I'm going to do is, alright, so in the interest of time, I'm not going to import photos. I'm just going to use some nice ones that we've already imported. To get them from your phone though to the computer, you'd have to import. Or, you know, that might look a little different on an Android or whatever type of phone you use, like a BlackBerry or another smartphone. But you need to go through the import process, and then once you find the photo, drag it to your desktop. I like doing that method, the good old drag to desktop. Alright, and then we can also drag in maybe one more photo too. like this one's pretty cool and artsy, I think, of the kittens. All right, and now we just need to go to the Finder, desktop, and rename those things, because you never want something uploaded as IMG. It just doesn't help WordPress understand the image at all. It doesn't help Google SEO at all either. Kittens artsy, that's a little better. And then pumpkin patch, great, good job. Now we'll go to the site, and I want to put one of those images above this image. So cursor up top, add media, upload files, select files, you get the picture. These images are now on the desktop, and we can hit Control. I'm just holding down Control to select 2 images at once, and then I'm going to click Enter. All right, so that's really cool, and if they're both checked and we click Insert into Page, they'll both come into the page. But I just want one for now, just the pumpkin patch. Insert into Page, very nice. And we can also probably delete that space so the images touch. And then come down, cursor down here, add media, kittens, insert into page. All right, and let's delete that space. And now when we update and view page, we can see that our about page has 3 beautiful images and no white space in between them. Pretty darn artsy and cool. So great job. You might want to just leave your about page like this and call it done. That's certainly better than just having a blank page. But why don't we finish it off with some text at the bottom to explain a little bit about us. So let's click Edit Page, and we get the images. We can open up another website and get the text from it. I'm going to get the about text from another website that we did in a tutorial not too long ago at madetoblog.com. Just going to click About, because I already copywrote this text and made it perfect, and when you do that, there's no point in doing it again and reinventing the wheel. So if you ever want to get text from one of my websites or another website, you can just highlight and then right click, copy, come back to the page, and it's easy to paste in text if you're in the text tab, because it just pastes in the text. If you're in the visual tab and you paste in some text, it might have some pre-made formatting, especially if you paste it in from Microsoft Word. It might inherit the formatting and have weird spacing or fonts, and we don't want that. We're just gonna, okay, I guess I ruined our copy there by copying just blank. So we're gonna copy that again and come back and paste. Perfect, let's give it a space. And then a couple more spaces, and then one more time, highlight, copy, and paste. All right, and the space likes going away, so let's put it back in there. So that's pretty cool. If we go to visual, that text will be left aligned, and we can also just highlight it and align center align the text so it'll look good with the images. All right, that's pretty cool. We could change up the fonts and the colors, of course, but I'm just gonna keep it simple like we're doing in this tutorial and click Update. And now when we view our About page and when someone views our About page, they'll see these nice pretty images at the top to get to know us, followed by a little bit of blurb about us. And you don't want to say too much on your About page, just say enough that they can get to know you and highlight your strengths. You don't want to babble, and when you write too much, usually people don't read it. So just enough that people get to know you. All right, we're doing such a good job creating WordPress pages that why don't we move on and create your Start Here page and then your contact page. So to set up the Start Here page, we just need to visit it and see that it's blank. And this is a perfect page for giving people some basic directions. Maybe you're a blog that wants guest posts and people should visit this page to learn how to guest post. Or you're a blog that collects advice for travel or for fitness or for finance or something where you want just to give people some simple directions as to how you're to use your blog, this page is perfect for that. All right, so let's click Edit Page. And additionally, you can feature your best content on this page, to direct people to the resources you offer, and then you can guide them through the user experience a little more, like, hey, read this post first is my favorite, and then you can check out all the posts for intermediate users and advanced users. You see that stuff a lot these days. In our case, I just want 3 simple directions for how to make a WordPress blog that we're doing here together. And I've written those out in a text file. We can always create as many text files as you want. Just try not to let them clutter your desktop like mine do. So I'm just going to copy this and come back to WordPress and go to the text tab and then just paste in these simple directions. So that's pretty cool. Let's go back to visual and see that it's in the the full Word sort of editor. And I want to make the number parts bigger so that they stand out. So how do we do that? Let's highlight the first one and make it a heading 4. All right, and then let's do the same for 2 and 3. And heading 4 is, of course, smaller than heading 3, which is smaller than heading 2, and heading 1 is the biggest one. Heading 1 is sort of like a page title, so I don't like using that. It's usually too big. All right, you can read the directions if you want. You got to visit HostGator, register domain and hosting, install WordPress, and then create Amazing, which is what we're doing right now. And in fact, I forgot to cross off things on our checklist. I apologize for that. We got so into creating the content, but we're making amazing progress, and we're done with step 1, step 2, and step 3. All right, there we go. And now we're on 4, create content. We set up the beginner theme from Theme Junkie, and now we're making the free content that follows. All right, this page needs some more styling before it's good to go. To insert a link to a website or to just another page on your site where they're going to find different content or directions, just highlight the anchor text or the text you want to use on the link. Click on the chain link icon. All right, and now I'm going to type in a link. I'm going to type in hostgator.com/Greg, which is my special affiliate page for you guys. And then click the blue button to apply. All right, so you don't forget that part. Can't forget that. Click the blue button and then just click away and you'll have your link. If you want to change the link, you can just click on it, like this, click on it, and then click the pencil icon to edit, and then click the link options. In link options, then you can make this link open in a new tab, or you can change where the link goes to. Here's some suggestions, or just change the link itself. All right, but we want to keep my affiliate link right here for HostGator. All right, I'm going to update that. Next, we want a couple more links down here. Visit HostGator, same thing. All right, and I'll make that one not an affiliate link just in case people are bothered by that and would rather click the non-affiliate link. And then visit WordPress. All right. Apply, and we're good to go. And now I'm just going to put an image up top and an image down below. All right, so make some space, add media, click upload files, and click select files to bring in a new image from our computer that we downloaded. But maybe it's in downloads. There it is, it's probably in downloads. We're going to go with the girls sparklers image. Click open. All right, and then you can change the size if you want. I like the large one. Insert into page. All right, so that's pretty cool. And then at the bottom, I want one more image. Click add media, click upload files. Because it's not on our media library yet, click select files. And then let's grab the WordPress image I have because we're working in WordPress. And We can also search our computer if we can't find the image. So that's where naming the images comes in handy, and we want the trippy WordPress.jpg. All right, large, center, link to attachment is fine, and insert into page. All right, and there we have another image. So these are the two images. So let's update and let's check it out. Update our page. Now view page. All right, looking pretty good. I want to get rid of that space, so let's click edit page. And now I'm just gonna delete that white, oops. I'm gonna hit Command Z now. So I want to delete that space. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta hit Command or Control Z to undo. I also like making my Start Here pages full width so that people aren't distracted by the sidebar and they focus on the directions at hand. So now we can go to the layout section right here on the right side and click one column, in parentheses, full width page. That's what we're gonna do. And I know that I also want the images to be bigger then, so they fill up the whole page. To increase the size of your images, just click on them, then click the pencil icon to edit. And then in size, let's go with the full size. And I'm gonna get rid of the link to none. Update. And the image is much larger, looking good. One more time, edit, size, full size, link to none. All right, update. And of course, these could be photos you take. They could be free images from Pixabay. Really whatever you want, these are just examples. Now update, view page. All right, perfect. We have our two images and our content centered nicely in the middle of the page so people can focus on it. And you can make this page as simple or as complex as you want. It's up to you, it's your page. All right, we now have a start here and an about page made. So let's make our contact page and finish off the pages. Let's click contact. And on this page, a lot of people want a simple contact form, so I'll show you how to insert one right now. To insert a contact form, go back to your dashboard and click on Plugins, and then click Add New. And what we're going to do is install the Contact Form 7 plugin, Contact Form 7. So put that in the search bar and hit Enter, and you'll find this Contact Form 7 plugin. It's just the most popular contact plugin for whatever reason. It's simple, easy to use, and just plain works, which we obviously like. So let's click Install Now. And then we can activate it. And I'll show you how to use this famous contact form plugin. What you want to do now is click on Settings. So we're here in Plugin still. Just click on Settings for Contact Form 7. All right, and we have a basic contact form which we're going to use. We can open it to see what it looks like. And right away, it's going to look a little confusing. These are called shortcodes, and if you change them, the form will look different. And if you want an advanced tutorial on how to really customize this form, I can make one for you. But for now, we're going to use the form as is because the designers made this perfect, simple form for us to use. All right, so let's go back to contact forms right here. And then I'm just going to highlight where it says shortcode. So if we click once on shortcode, it'll highlight, and then just right-click copy. Now come to pages, our list of pages, and open up contact. And open up contact page. And now go to the text area where you want to be if you're entering in a shortcode, and paste. Anytime you paste in HTML or CSS or shortcodes or any sort of code, you want to be in the text tab. That's just how it works in WordPress. So you know. And now click update. And now when we view the contact page, we'll get this nice, beautiful contact form. So that's pretty cool. And if we fill it out with our name, email, subject and your message and click send. It'll think for a second, then it'll say thank you for your message. It has been sent. If you open up your email, then you should see a new message from your blog viewer right there. Sometimes it might get stuck in the spam, however, so just make sure you open up your spam folder, and then there you can find the message from our new blog right here. We're going to click not spam so that we get those messages in the future. All right, great job. But if you do want to insert your email, you can just go to edit page, and then stay in the text tab is what I recommend, so this shortcode doesn't get messed up. Make a few spaces and then just write out, a little blurb with your email. Once you've written out your blurb, including your email, all right, mine's right here, and feel free to email me for WordPress help, although it's much quicker in the YouTube comments or at our forum at thewordpressexperience.com. Just had to say that. We can highlight the email, and then when you click link, it'll automatically know that this is a mail to URL. So you want this to say mail to, and then your email like that. And then just click add link. Boom, and then update. Put a period there too. Update. Now view page. And there you go. So now when someone sees this and they're like, oh, a really nice blog, who wants to, be personal. I love that. I'm going to email them a great guest post, and I'm going to collaborate with this blog because they're personal and friendly. I've definitely done that when I was a new blogger and I needed help. I definitely prefer going with the people that are personal and friendly. All right, now it's time for a bonus. We're going to see how to create a fourth page that's not listed yet called Contribute, because I know a lot of you are going to want to collect guest posts or images or, songs, MP3s, just links that are relevant from your readers, and you want them to have a page to send them to you and contribute from. So how do we do that? Let's go to new page, and when we're here, we can call this page Contribute, or something more crazy, but I just thought that was simple. And then we're gonna insert something on this page that lets people contribute. What would be the ideal, technology or software for letting anyone send you virtually anything that you can then post on your blog, and grow your blog that way? Well, it's not a complex software. It's just called Google. So we're gonna use a Google form, and it's beautiful. I've done this before on a number of websites for charities and for, adoptions, business, music, all sorts of stuff. Just go to Google Forms and it works amazing. All right, then click Forms. And now click Go to Google Forms. All right, and you can also get here through your Google Drive account if you have that. It's totally free to sign up, and you definitely should do that. Now let's create our first Google form, and let's make it come to life on the website. All right, we can see I have a lot of them, one for a wedding, RSVP, all sorts of stuff. So let's click blank plus, and click on the untitled form part to title it. I'm gonna call this the share station, all right? Now we need to build our form, and the first thing we want to do is remove this sample question. All right, so just click it to open it up, and then click trash. Now click plus to add question, and let's just make this question your name. Pretty simple, and we can change it from multiple choice to a short answer. And if you want, I believe you can click it, and when you click it, you can make it required. So that's what we want to do. All right, and now we can either duplicate that or we can click add new question. So let's add new question. And your email. All right, not multiple choice. This is a short answer again. Pretty cool. And then add section, and this is gonna be what are you sending us? Question mark. So multiple choice is good here, and you can just start clicking over the options to fill them in. Blog post, add option. Picture, add option. Link, add option. File, and then you can just click add other, which will give you the other options. Pretty cool. We can also make this required or not required, whatever you want. I think both work well from my experience. And then add one more question, which is a message. So that's going to be a paragraph. We can just say describe your content, in parentheses, if you'd like. So that's pretty cool, and we're going to leave this one optional. Once you're ready with your form, all right, you can start putting it onto the website. So how do we put this form onto the website? Well, to do that, in the upper right, you want to click on Send. And then once this window pops up, you want to not send it via email. You want to not link it. You want to embed it. So click on these little alligator brackets and embed HTML. All you have to do is just click on this section once to highlight it, and now copy. That's pretty cool. And then just come back to the new page in WordPress. And in the text tab, of course, as I'm sure you know by now, just want to paste this in and then publish the page. All right, and now view page. And the Google form will immediately start working. People can start using it right away, entering their name, and sending you content to grow your blog and to build something amazing. We're just going to edit the form a little bit so it looks better. Come back to the Google form and close the send window. So let's also call it Share Station. Just click in the upper left and it'll inherit the title. And then we're going to change the width of it and the height. So if we go back to WordPress and edit page, I don't know why it's saying leave, probably because the form had some details in it. We're going to change the height from 500 to 1250 instead of 500 and update the page so that people don't have to scroll on the form. Now when we click view page, someone can just look at the whole thing right here and use your form. If you want to change the purple background, we can go back to Google Forms and click on the color palette and then click on this little image icon in the lower right. Now you can select from one of the themes. These are all really cool and fun. Depending on what type of blog you run, you could use one of these themes, like this fish dinner, or the macaroons. I don't know. Hopefully you're more decisive than me. I can never make up my mind here, but fireworks are pretty cool. But so are cupcakes. So, or you can better yet upload one of your own photos for a background on this form. And the nice thing is Google Forms are dynamic. When you change them in Google Forms, all you need to do is refresh your site and the changes will show up right away. The last thing I want to show you about this bonus page before we add it to our menu up top is how to collect and organize all the responses your readers send you in a spreadsheet. Just go back to Google Forms, click on responses, and then let's click on this green plus to create spreadsheet. Just click right there. And it'll say, do we want to create a new spreadsheet? Yes. So create. And right away, it'll open our spreadsheet for us really quickly. Google works, of course, lightning fast because they're the best. And what we want to do now is just change the spreadsheet so it's easier for you to read, or for your teammates to read. So instead of timestamp, I like saying date sent. You can highlight all the rows and make them the same width. It's a little bit easier. And when someone sends you a new song or a blog post or just some advice, some relationship advice, and they click submit, they'll get this confirmation message, and then right away that response will be recorded in your share station responses, and you can check this every morning and see all the amazing advice or content or whatever it is people are sending you through your new blog that you made. One thing is you want to be emailed when this spreadsheet is added to. So to do that, click Tools and click Notification Rules, and then select Notify Me at your email when a user submits a form, and notify me with email right away, which is particularly useful for RSVPs or for urgent content like that. Just save it and click Done. And you're good to go. We just want to insert this page into our menu. To insert this page in the menu, hover up in the left and click Menus. And now select Contribute. Boom, Add to Menu. Boom, Save Menu. All right, and you now know how to create this really cool contribute page, which will give your audience yet another way to interact with your blog. Great job. Because our blog is starting to look really professional, like a real blog that people would read, I want to get rid of all the sample content so people don't see that. To delete the sample content WordPress comes with, hover or just go back to the dashboard and click Pages, and now for sample page just click Trash. And I'm going to trash these other pages that were probably from an old tutorial. Sorry about that. And now click Posts, and let's delete the Hello World post. It's pretty cool that WordPress comes with a post so you can see what it looks like, but we can't have that. That's not going to work on our professional blog. Alright, that's pretty cool. We can see I made another draft here that I'm thinking of a new post concept. If you ever write a post and you don't publish it, it'll be a draft. Even if you close the browser, it'll save as a draft, which is awesome. So that's how to delete the sample content. Next, what I want you to do is just come over to Settings, hover on Settings, and click on Permalinks. And in this section, just change it from whatever it says here for you. It'll probably say custom structure. Just change it to post name. All right, and then save changes. And what this will do is make sure that any link you publish on your blog post is simple and just contains good keywords that Google can analyze inside that link, and not confusing things like numbers or symbols or dates, which are actually not that good anymore because they can tell Google your post is old. So just make sure you put in post name and save changes to reset the permalinks, as they call it. Okay, at this point we're also going to remove the coming soon page our blog is showing to our visitors and anyone who's not logged in. We're going to get rid of this page because I'm so excited to launch, I can hardly contain myself. And when we set up Google Analytics and do all that stuff, we want to set it up for real visits on our real site, not with the coming soon page that someone could see. So to remove the coming soon page from your WordPress blog, just follow me to Appearance, Themes, and then where it says your site, blah, 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 just click here to get rid of the coming soon page. All right, good job. All right, now that our homepage is looking nearly perfect on our new WordPress blog, I think it's time to set up our footer, which will complete the bottom of the homepage in this darker section down here. All right, we already have our social media in there by default, which is really nice. Theme Junkie's theme set that up for us. And we have the copyright here, which we're going to edit in a little bit too. But let's create the footer. So how do we do that? To set up our footer, we want to go to Customize. That's where creating the footer takes place. And then in this section, we can just click on Widgets. And the footer is going to be filled with 4 different columns filled with widgets. So let's open up column 1 and scroll down in our customizer window so we can see what we're doing, and click the Add a Widget button. Alright, and our first footer widget is just going to be a simple About Us blurb. We can insert that into a text widget. So select Text, title it something like About the Blog, or just About for short is perfect. And then let's open up our text editor where I've copywritten some new text for the footer. Copy that and just drop that in this little space right here, or whatever it is you want to say about your blog and your services. All right, save and publish. We've created our first footer widget. Now let's go back and open up footer column 2 and click add a widget. And in this section, we're just gonna include the popular posts from the blog. So scroll up and grab popular post thumbnails. All right, and if you're using a different theme, you might not have this particular widget because it comes with the beginner theme by Theme Junkie, right? And Theme Junkie made it for us. Let's title this one popular posts. You just need to write in your own title for that to show up. All right, great job. You can also display the post date or choose more or less posts to show. Save and publish. Now, nope, not add a widget. Go back and go to footer column 3. Let's click add a widget. And in this third widget, I want to give someone another chance to subscribe because maybe they didn't want to subscribe to our blog at the top, but by the time they get to the bottom and read all our content, they will. So we can click the Feedburner widget, and then this part just needs our Feedburner ID. All right, so if you can't remember that, then we can always go back, and go to General, and then go to Newsletter, where we have our Feedburner ID. So just copy your Feedburner ID, come back to Widgets and footer column 3, and we can drop that in. I kid you not, it is so smart to give people multiple ways to subscribe to your blog. It's a good reminder, and sometimes people just like using a link or a smaller form instead of a bigger form, for example. You never know until you try. Once you insert that ID, the form will populate and look beautiful, of course, and you can change the text if you like. But I already know that this pre-made text works really good. Save and publish. And then let's go back, and footer column 4 just needs one more widget. We can fill that with tags. A tag cloud is one of the oldest WordPress features in the book, so we might as well learn how to do it. Tag cloud, let's just call it tags. And to fill this widget, we first need to save and publish, and then we need to leave customize and create some tags for our posts. How do we create tags for our posts? We can just go back to the dashboard and go ahead and open up the list of all the blog posts you've written. And then what we can do here is just use the nice quick edit feature to open up a post. And then in this little bar over here, you can just start writing in tags that will describe the post. So tags are more descriptive than categories. And that means that if your category is something like desserts, then tags would be brownies, cookies, ice cream, chocolate, whatever. If your category is something like cars, then tags would be like Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Mazda, Mercedes, stuff like that. So for writing, tags could be anything from ideas to inspiration to motivation, success, even writing, routine, stuff like that. And once you've written out as many tags as you want, just click update. And the tags will immediately start working. So let's tag, and we can check out the homepage. And we can see that we have some great looking tags. We of course don't like how these two widgets are overlapping. To move a widget around, go back to Customize, Widgets, and let's just move footer column 3 and footer column 4. But it looks like this area isn't particularly good for moving the widgets. So we can actually go back and go to our dashboard and go to the older widget area, which controls the exact same widgets. It just is a different area of the dashboard. If you hover on appearance, just click widgets. And this is just a redundancy. WordPress lets us control widgets in 2 different areas. So here we can open up footer column 3 and 4 at the same time and just switch the placement of those 2 widgets. And now when we look at the site, the bottom of it will look great. Good job. I really like this footer. I like how we have the embossed little detail lines and this awesome rich dark coloring. I think it really stands out, and I'm really proud of what we're creating here, and I think you should be too. We have styled our blog from bottom to top, from top to bottom. All right, our blog design is now done. It's complete, and there's nothing stopping you from writing as many blog posts as you want and using it as your outlet for every different blogging venture and idea you can think of. But there's also nothing stopping us from promoting the blog and recommending it to our readers. And one of the coolest ways of recommending the blog is by recommending the theme we're using through a little bit of beginner affiliate marketing. I'm going to show you now, therefore, how to recommend the theme via a simple little link in the footer. And that way, if someone likes your content and they love your design, if they want to copy what you're doing, they can check out the theme. And then if they purchase it and go through your link, then you'll get a little affiliate commission, which can totally help with the costs of starting up a blog. All right, so we want to go back to Theme Junkie, where we got our theme originally. And I'm going to show you how to create an affiliate link at Theme Junkie. Once you're here, click on My Account. And then click on Affiliates. And of course, you're going to need to log in, to get this sort of screen. Make sure you log in. All right, now we're on the referral URL generator. It says your affiliate username is Honest College, which is pretty cool. That's my affiliate username. And I think you'll get an affiliate username by default. If you don't, then you just need to sign up through the affiliate area, and Theme Junkie will accept you, for free. As a customer, you become an affiliate, no problem. And then once you become an affiliate, what you get is you get to earn 50% commission on every sale you refer, every time someone clicks your link and then buys a theme, or maybe you write a review of the themes, a really detailed, awesome review of the features, and then that convinces someone to buy it, you get 50%. And you also get this referral URL, which has your username in it, all right? And what I want to do is create a custom URL for the beginner theme. So let's go to Themes, and let's find beginner. All right, there she is. Just click on the image, and then I'm going to copy the link to beginner. Copy it. Now let's go back to my account, click on affiliates again, and then we can come down and just paste over the link to the Theme Junkie homepage. Paste that in, and then click generate URL, and we'll get our own custom referral URL, which will take someone right to the beginner page. So now what we want to do is copy this link, all right, and then come back to WordPress, and we want to insert that down in the footer. Of course, you could insert this link into a blog post or a page as well. We just want to put it in the footer because that's standard form in WordPress these days. So let's go to Customize, and let's find the footer section. Where do we find that footer link? Well, I think that's going to be in General and then Footer Text. We can drag to expand this area, and what I want to do is show you where to put this link so that someone can click it, of course. And that is right where you see the open bracket A, href equals quotation mark. Right inside these quotation marks where it says beginner, we want to paste that in. All right, so just paste that. And now the beginner will be a link to this theme because it's inside the ahref tag, which is a link in WordPress. Don't need to know a ton more unless you want to. You can always ask me and I'll explain links. But we're going to do that. And then I'm also going to get the affiliate link to Theme Junkie. All right, so if we come back to this page and we just hit, Command Z or Control Z to undo, we'll get the Theme Junkie URL. So we're going to click Generate URL for the home page. copy the affiliate link to the home page because it has our referral ID in there. And we're just going to paste that in where it says Theme Junkie. So we'll give people 2 chances to click an affiliate link. All we did there is just set up an affiliate link to the specific beginner theme and an affiliate link to the Theme Junkie homepage. We set up 2 affiliate links. Now when you hit save and publish and check out the site, at the bottom, beginner and Theme Junkie will both have a link. But when we click on one of these links, like beginner, it'll take us to the beginner theme via your own affiliate link. Alright, and then if someone buys, you'll earn 50% of the sale value. Alright guys and gals, last but not least, I want to show you how to set up Google Analytics on your new WordPress blog so you can make sure that you're tracking all the page views and visits you get, and can do that from the very beginning. Alright, to set up Google Analytics on your WordPress blog, you just got to visit Google Analytics. And because I'm already a customer, I'm going to do this in the incognito window. Google.com/analytics is what you have to visit. It'll take you right to analytics. And if you haven't done this yet, which is, I'm assuming that's the case, you want to hit sign in and click Google Analytics. All right. And then you're going to enter your email and your password, and you're going to sign up for Google Analytics, which is all free to use. You just need a free account, and you can get all signed up through this window. Again, you just need the free account, and if later on your blog is getting hundreds and thousands of views and doing really well, you could upgrade to a premium account, but I haven't even done that yet. All right, so I'm going to close incognito, which just lets me do things, as a complete beginner. And I'm going to open up my analytics, which will look a little bit different because I've already set up the account, but I'll show you how to set things up. So I'm going to click on google.com/analytics and sign in, Google Analytics. And it's going to open my dashboard where we can see all the different analytics profiles that I've set up. All right. And what you're going to want to do is when you get to a screen like this, it's going to have you set up with one folder. And if it doesn't, then you're going to want to click admin. And from the admin area, you can add an account. So what I'm going to do is open up this drop down, and it'll let me choose, beginner WP or Chains by Lauren or Dear Blogger, and see all the different data for each account and all the settings, which are, tons and tons of settings to play with and have fun with. Each one has a unique ID, which we need. And if you need to create a new account, which we do, we'll just click create new account right here. All right, pretty cool. Now we need to give our account a name. So just the name of our blog is fine. And then a website name, which is the exact same thing. Then you need to come back and copy the URL, your domain name rather, and just put in your website URL, aka your domain name right here. Paste, and it's gonna not like it if there's the HTTP here, so just delete that HTTP section. Now select an industry category. All right, and in our case, it's, I wish blogging were one, maybe someday, but I believe we're just online communities, which always sounds a little bit questionable. It makes me think of like a chat room, but a blog is an online community. And you can leave these settings the same and just click Get Tracking ID. Click the blue button. Then click I accept. Success, always good. And you get our unique tracking ID, which is unique only to your blog. What we want to do now is click in this section to highlight and then copy this. And once you do that, come back to WordPress, of course. Click to the dashboard. And then come to where it says appearance, hover there and click editor. And we're going to edit the scary files, which is highly discouraged. Proceed with caution, but we're experienced WordPress bloggers, so we're going to proceed. We can do anything now. And we want to click into the header.php file now. Header.php, which is one of the really important files that controls our theme. It's right here, and you'll have it just like this. Every theme has header.php. Open it up, click proceed, and now we want to wait. All right, so there's a couple ways we could do this. We could hit Control or Command F for find, and you could type in alligator bracket / HEAD for head, close alligator bracket, and it'll find exactly where we want to be. Or you can just visually, look for this section and find it with your eyes by scanning this file. Whatever's easier. Because we found it, we know exactly where we are and we know exactly what to do. All you need to do is put your mouse in front of this section and hit enter a few times, which will change nothing. And then you want to paste in the analytics code, just like that. So we just added this section. We didn't change anything, we just added this section right before the closing head section, which is this. That's all you need to do. You can close the Finder and you can update the file. And if nothing breaks, it means we did it right. When we view our site, we won't look any different, but what we've done is verified the site in Google Analytics and in Google, which is really helpful for using the free Google tracking tools. And now you just need to wait a little while for the reporting to start happening. If we go to Home, we can see we now have a new area for this blog, and you can open up the folder, click All Website Data, and now click around to your heart's content. What I like doing is clicking on Behavior Overview, which will show you all the traffic that's coming in. All right, like page views, bounce rate, unique page views, all those important pieces of information. If we go back to my home, I can show you like the existing data for Dear Blogger, because you're on the inside right now. We're on the inside of my blog, and I trust you to show you this data. All right, if you've made it far enough, I think you should get to see some cool stuff. And so this is what you'll see. You'll see this like roller coaster wave sort of thing, and you can see the mini sessions you had. I had 46,000 unique users in the time span of a month. It always gives you a month by default, but you can adjust that. You can go to the upper right and you can like select a huge time period, like maybe you want to look at this from 2013 to 2016. Click apply, and then the numbers will just be like astronomical. Like, I'm definitely looking at a huge piece of data right now, and I'm pretty much doing this to show off. So we can see my blog has 2 million page views in this time frame, 1.6 million unique users. Actually, I'm mistaken. So users right here, as it says on the screen, includes both new and returning users. So that could be someone coming back twice. All right, which is kind of cool. And you can look at the percentage of users to get unique people. So 84% of 1.6 million would be how many unique people landed on the blog, in the past. I guess that would be 3 years. So that's awesome. A really good way of analyzing your blog stats, seeing how you're doing. You can also click Site Content, All Pages, and see the best performing areas of your site. And where the slash is, that just means that it's your site, your url.com/this post, or this page, or this post, and so on. As you write more blog posts and create more pages, some will inevitably perform better than others, and then you can use this data from analytics to create more of what's working for you. That's what I like doing, and that's how I'm able to create, one page that does way better. And honestly, it's a little bit of luck, and probably more than a little bit, because one particular blog post ends up bringing in the lion's share of the content and helping the blog be successful. In most cases, it's usually just like one viral post that you create. And I hope you can do that too. I hope I've showed you how that's possible to create, big numbers in terms of page views right now. And I'll be right here guiding you every step of the way to create these sort of numbers as well on your blog. Believe me, if I can do it, you can too. I've had very little formal training on this, and I've just done it out of passion. and you should too. That's pretty much the best way to do it, in my opinion. I hope you realize now that this is an amazing blog tutorial we've just been through, because we believe in blogging for passion and putting blood, sweat, and tears into the whole blogging game, and not just doing it for artificial reasons. Anyone can just build a blog and call it beautiful and amazing, but what the real test is and what will really make you is if you can get traffic and really build an audience and do amazing things with the blog, really change how people think and do with the blog. And I know you can do that. I know we can do it together. And I just hope to show you that it's all possible right here with these numbers. All right, and the last but not least thing I want to do is actually add some glamour and style to your blog. We're going to add some icons and create these things called mega menus where you get the image in the menu, which is also a drop-down menu. So we'll end with that, and then I'll send you on your way in the blogosphere. All right, what we want to do now is open the link to the beginner documentation in the video notes below. Just click show more, and then I'll have this link clearly labeled for you. And these are all the notes that Theme Junkie leaves us as we create. So what you want to do is hit you want to hit setup, and then select site icon, favicon. And once you do that, select custom icons menu, because that's what we actually want. All right, and this is just how to add these cool icons next to the menu, which will make your blog stand out big time and look glamorous. What we want to do is click this Font Awesome Icons list. It'll open it up. And now you can just find an icon that'll go with your menu tab. So we have home, blogging, writing, and updates. For blogging, maybe we could go with like a bullhorn, but it might be better to go, with something like a keyboard or just writing. So I'm gonna hit Command Find and look for like writing or comments, something that sort of describes blogging a little more. Once you find the right icon, just click into it. And now we want to click down where it says open bracket I class and highlight the whole thing. Once you do that, just copy that section and then come back to the blog, and let's go to the dashboard, hover on appearance and click menus. And now we can open up the particular menu. All right, so we have to select a menu to edit. We want the secondary menu. Click select. And now we can open up the particular tab, which is blogging in this case. And all you need to do is put your cursor right ahead of the navigation label and then paste. And if you paste over it, that's fine. Just rewrite the particular navigation label. And make sure there's a space there in between this I right here and the label, which is blogging. All right, so we've just pasted in that whole section created by Font Awesome, which was linked in the beginner documentation. When we click save menu, and we go to this site, we'll see we now have this awesome icon right there. So let's go ahead and add some more. We can get back to menus just through the drop down right here quickly. Then we can go back to Font Awesome. We can go back and pick an icon that would go with writing. All right, so I'm gonna go with keyboard. We could even go with like a coffee cup. I think they have. Pretty cool. Click on coffee because I really like coffee. Highlight, copy, come back to menus, open up the tab, make some space, and then paste it in. All right, and then make the spacing look good like that with one space. And you don't really need to worry about what it says in here. Just make sure that you get all of it in there. Save menu. Good to go. And for the last one, for updates, go back, and we can find a cool, icon for updates. I'm just gonna look for feed, which is right here. This is the generic icon for a feed. We like to keep it simple and clear, so we're gonna go with this one, copy, open up the label, you get the picture, and paste. Great job. And now save menu. That's really cool. Of course, you could go with any icon you want. I just wanted to go with these 3 icons, and I think it looks amazing. Alright, now you know how to add these cool icons from Font Awesome next to your menu navigation labels. Really awesome and fun, and I just explained to you, everything they said here in this blurb in the beginner documentation, but you can read that as well if you'd like to read those steps. Next, to create our mega menu, let's click on Menu and Mega Menu. Alright, so it says creating standard menu, appearance menus. That looks like exactly what we did already earlier on. We can move down to mega menu types. There are 2 types that it's equipped with. Mega menu links, the first one is to organize multi-column list of links. The mega menu posts, however, is a 4-column mega menu that shows the 4 latest posts based on the top level selected category menu. Creating mega menu. So, obviously the mega menu we want to create is the mega menu post, not the mega menu list. We want something that shows the images, which is super unique and cool. You never see that these days except for on really professional blogs, instead of this massive list of links. Although you could do either one. So let's go down to mega menu posts and let's set this up. All right. It looks like all we have to do is follow me to dashboard menus. And now let's open up blogging, for example, and check mega menus and then select blogging. All right, and it's gonna make us ask to leave, so we wanna stay. And then let's just save it. And let's see if we made a mega menu. Let's check out the site. And that's really cool. We set up a mega menu just like that. It was that easy just by hitting the checkbox for mega menus. What would be really cool now is if you have more posts in the blogging category, because there's space for those posts to show up right here next to this post. And of course, your audience can click them now with a pretty image and go ahead and read your whole post. All right, so that's how to create your own mega menus. Alright, so as a finale to this how to make a WordPress blog tutorial, I'm going to show you how to change minor details on your site like fonts and colors so that you can have total control over the design and over the finished product. So how do we change minor details? What's the best way to do that? Well, I think that's using a little bit of CSS. And the more CSS you know, the more you'll be able to totally change a WordPress website or any web page. Because really anything on the web and anything in WordPress can be done if you know the best way to do it. So I'm going to show you a little example of that right now and exactly how to do it. Let's say you want to change the font on the headers where it says something like join us on social media. Alright, so what you want to do is highlight it, or if you don't want to highlight, if you're feeling lazy, you can just right click on top of it. And then you can hit inspect. And remember, we're in Google Chrome for this. I think Chrome is the best browser for creating blogs and websites, but that's a strong bias. So you might get a different button if you're using Safari or a different browser. But the general process is the same and the same steps will work. We're gonna hit inspect now. And then we're gonna see that it automatically highlights the H3 class, which is how the theme junkie designers created this. This is an H3 class right here. The important part is on the right. It shows us the styles. So we want to be in styles right here in this tab. And we can see the color, which we can check on and off. And we can see the font size, which we can change. This lets us know that we're in the right area, and some things like the margin. And all of this can be changed by editing a little custom CSS. If we go down more, we'll see more details like the fonts, and that's pretty cool. You want to be careful. Sometimes the font changes more than just the area we want to change. So be careful that you're not editing like entire sections. We want to be really specific. All right, so now that we know this information is on the right, the color, the font size, and the font, all you need to do is click once to highlight the specific CSS. Right click, let's try that again. Click once to highlight, right click, copy. And now we're gonna open the dashboard in a new window because we wanna keep this little finder open. And go down to Appearance, Custom CSS, where we were to edit the logo. Just make yourself another line, and now hit paste if it ever opens. All right, and so you only want to put CSS in this area. You don't want to put HTML. HTML is over here on the left, CSS is on the right. All right, and as you look at it more, it'll start to really be clear, you know, which one is which, but for now it might be tough, so just follow me. Right in the open bracket after you paste that portion in. And now we can start writing two things like color and font family. You just want them lined up like that so they're easier for you to read. It will still work if it's like that, but you want it lined up so it's easier to read. And then a closed bracket all the way at the end. Color and font family are CSS commands. So, you know, if you write in like the color, you know, it's not going to change anything because the specific language right here is color. You want color and you want font family, and those are just called commands. They have to be the way they are because they communicate with the website. All right, now we can change that color to anything we want. All right, so maybe we want it just to be like purple. Boom. Just make sure you spell it right, otherwise you'll wonder why it's not working, and put in that semicolon. And for font family, maybe we want it to be like Georgia. You know, it's just a font that came to mind from my using Word in the past. And once you do that, you can just save it. There's no harm in writing CSS in here, whether it works or not. And if you go back and refresh the blog post, we can see that it worked, and we have a purple header now with Georgia font. So that's really cool. That's just a quick way of editing the color and the font family. And if you ever delete this, if you just delete it and then save, those changes will go away. All right, so now that we've set up this TJ Custom CSS window, you're free to play around with the little details on your site and customize your WordPress blog to your heart's content. All right, guys, so that's finally it for this How to Make a WordPress Blog tutorial. I hope you enjoyed building this blog, and I know that it's gonna do great things for your business and your personal blogging endeavors in 2016, 2017, 2018, and beyond. I really can't wait to see what you make. Feel free to drop me a note in the comments or email me a link to your blog, as I'll be making a showcase of all the amazing blogs made with this theme in the near future. That's a great way to get a little bit of publicity and a backlink to your blog to have it featured somewhere. If you have any questions, feel free to post a YouTube comment. Feel free to rate the video, and if you have a friend that wants to start a blog, that would be amazing and the best way ever to say thanks to me if you sent them the link to this tutorial. All right, so thanks again for watching. I really enjoyed making this video for you. By the way, your blog is now 100% mobile friendly responsive. If you pull the browser in, we can see how the blog automatically responds to different layouts, and this is a cool way of simulating, you know, a tablet or an iPhone or an Android or a Nokia or a BlackBerry or any sort of mobile device, and just changing the screen size. And we can see that everything looks perfectly so that your readers will enjoy your blog on whatever device they're using. All right, so that's really cool. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. More tutorials coming, and I can't wait to show you more. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See you later.